Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Jurgensen Park here at Creighton Prep. Tonight, we get things started off with our CPSN coverage for the 2024 baseball season as the Junior Jays of Creighton Prep welcome the Central Eagles here on a beautiful March evening. Mike Knockenauer alongside Colton Alder to bring you all the action. Colton, you were just on the call earlier for the soccer game that just concluded about just a little under an hour ago, but now we're going to shift to the baseball diamond. What do you expect out of tonight's game in this early matchup in March?
These are two teams that have kind of struggled early on this year. They're both looking to start getting back on track and have some success as this year goes along. So today is going to be a huge game to really set the tone for the remainder of their respective seasons.
Yep, Junior Jays coming in 1-2. They've dropped two of their first three, and Omaha Central coming in 0-3, still looking for their first win of the season. Plate meeting between two coaches, just about to get things underway. Teams ready to take the field. It's great to be back here at Jurgensen Park, one of the best places in the city to watch a baseball game.
Yeah, it's always nice to be back here at Jurgensen. It's been a few months since we've been back here, but their home opener was Saturday, but first home broadcast of the year, set to be an exciting one.
On the mound this evening is Brady Eck, the senior. Will be his first appearance of the year. Junior Jays rocking those new baby blue uniforms. It's a very young Junior Jays team. A lot of underclassmen and a lot of juniors lead this team, but the senior will get the nod on the bump this evening.
Brady Eck had a 6.56 ERA and 12 relief appearances last year, but he's got great stuff, can get the Junior Jays some good innings here today. They've gotten some struggles from their starting pitching early on this year, but Eck may be looking to set the tone here by putting in a good start here and getting the Junior Jays a win.
Go around the horn really quick, take a look at our starters in the field for Creighton Prep. Obviously on the bump, it's Brady Eck. Behind the dish, it's Tony Caniglio, who you might know as the varsity starting quarterback as well. Liam Smithberg, the sophomore, gets the start at first. Henry Bartholomew, the leadoff man, will start the night off at second. Over at third, it'll be Michael Saul. At shortstop, it'll be Logan Birchfield. Out in left is Charlie Ziola. Center field will be Cal Anthony, and out in right will be John Lysek.
Something interesting to note is man behind the plate, Tony Caniglio. He hasn't been a catcher for very long, but he's done a really good job over these first three games, limiting wild pitches and being able to control the running game with his arm, which we've seen on the football field, but has also been really good on the diamond. He's been really productive at that catcher position for Creighton Prep so far this year.
Just about ready for first pitch. Leading things off for the Eagles is Blake Demon, the junior shortstop. First pitch from Eck is in there for strike one.
Denman hitting .222 this year. He does have a .417 on-base percentage, but no extra base hits so far.
Second pitch from Eck is down and away. As we mentioned, Colton, a lot of young talent on this Junior Jays team. More than half of the team made up of non-seniors. A lot of those seniors lost last year after that 2023 class departed. As that pitch outside, and Denman finds himself up in the count 3-1.
Great start here for Denman, getting into a favorable count for him up at the plate.
3-1 is swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Eck, and the count now full, 3-2.
Eck's going with the fastball up on that one. Would be interesting to see if he goes with the same thing here on 3-2 after it worked so well for him.
And strike three called on the outside corner. Denman thought it was ball four, but catches enough of the plate And the backwards K from Eck gets things started for the Junior Jays, one away.
Set it up with the high fastball that got the swing and a miss on 3-1, and he goes outside with what I believe was a slider there, and it just catches the outside part of the zone. Great pitch sequencing there from Eck.
That's the first pitch. This is Max Nemec, the third baseman for the Eagles this evening. Good pitch there on 1-0 to get Eck back in the count, even 1-1.
Nemec has seen the ball really well this year. OPS over 1,000 early on.
Breaking ball drifts outside for ball 2. Two one fouled back. Count back even to 2-2.
On 2-2, it'll be interesting to see if Eck goes back to that slider. Got him to strike out that last batter. Could be an effective tool for him to get this next batter out as well.
2-2 from Eck. Swung on, skied over into foul territory on the right side, and it's going to fall harmlessly foul. 3 Junior Jays drifted over, but none of them able to get there in time, and it remains 2-2. Two again now. Down and away, and for the second straight batter, count is now full 3-2. Payoff pitch from Eck. Swung on, driven into left. Tracking it down is Ziola, and he makes the catch. Well batted ball there from Nemec, but Ziola got a beat on it, able to track it down, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, some hard contact there from Nemec up at the plate, but he just hits it right to Ziola. A bit of an unfortunate break for him, but the Junior Jays have to be feeling pretty happy about that.
Check swing from Maddox to start things off. Henry Maddox, the center fielder this evening, batting in the 3-hole as well.
Henry Maddox, on the year, 273 hitter, has a pair of extra base hits.
Back now the 2-1. Good pitch there from Brady Eck. Count to 2-2. Looking to get out of the first inning. 1-2-3. Pitch from Eck. Swung on. Slow dribbler. Here's Birchfield. Fields it over to Smithburg. It's off the mark. That one pops up. On his way to second is Maddox. He's going to get caught up, and he will be tagged out. So Maddox reaches on an error, but gets caught trying to advance as that will end the top of the first. We head to the bottom. Still scoreless here at Jurgensen. welcome you back here on CPSN. Home half of the first about to get underway. Junior Jays went 1, 2, 3 in the top half. Took a little bit of help from a lucky bounce, but able to sit the Eagles down in order. To lead things off, it's the senior second baseman, Henry Bartholomew. This is high, skied into the gap. It's going to get down. Bartholomew rounding first, on his way to second, rounding second, on his way to third. Henry Bartholomew wasting no time on the first pitch he sees. He drives into the gap for a leadoff triple.
We saw Henry Bartholomew get the Junior Jays' first home run of the year during that doubleheader versus Staley, and he wastes absolutely no time in this one, getting the first pitch into the gap, and he just uses his speed to get all the way to third from there.
Gonna bring up the shortstop, Logan Birchfield. First pitch he sees catches the top of the zone for strike one. A one from Birchfield is fouled off.
Logan Birchfield had an OPS over 1,000 during his time in JV last year. Hitting 250 so far as he's starting his varsity career.
Swung on and missed. So after the leadoff triple, Central starter Harrison Hoycomb sits down Logan Birchfield on 3 strikes.
Hoycomb, he can get quite a bit of strikeouts. He had 5 in his opening start of the year in just 3 2/3 innings. Just needs to work on the control a little bit.
400 through his was in there for strike one.
We've seen Tony Caniglio provide some offensive and defensive production from the catcher position. That's going to be huge for the Junior Jays, as need production from behind the plate.
So Bartholomew with the leadoff triple. He remains at third. Hoycomb able to sit down Birchfield on a strikeout, but now the 3-hitter in Caniglio trying to bring home that first run of the game, but Hoycomb with a good placed pitch, and it's 2-2.
And 2 strikes is exactly where Hoycomb wants the hitter. He's got great strikeout stuff.
This one's going to be chopped to third. It'll be enough to score the runner. Throw from the third baseman, Nenick, is in time. But a RBI ground out from Tony Caniglio gets the Jays on the board first.
Just some good hitting by Caniglio. Make sure to get his bat on the ball with 2 strikes, and ends up just bringing in the speedy runner in Bartholomew with a ball that got put into play.
Now here's the first baseman, Liam Smithberg. Smithberg with a solid start to his year, 333 through his first 3 games. Good breaking ball there from Hoycomb, and he's up in the count 1-2.
Hoycomb's gotten the last 3 batters to 2-strike counts. Someone who strikes out as many batters as he does, getting a little bit back to normal.
The 1-2 is swung on, but to the backstop it goes, so Smithberg will reach on the drop third strike. Smithberg swung at the ball in the dirt, but it kicked through the legs of the catcher, Ferguson. So he will reach safely, and it'll bring up the left fielder, Charlie Ziola.
A bit of a lucky break for the Junior Jays, and that brings up a guy who is top 200 prospect nationally in the class of 2026.
Hoycomb checks back the runner at first. This one slapped down the right field line, but just outside the first base bag, so it'll be foul.
Last year, Charlie Ziola was one of the rare freshmen who got any playing time on Prep's varsity team. Got 18 plate appearances. Was a little bit shaky, but that's to be expected from a freshman, and he dominated in JV action.
Wickham checks back the runner once again. Ziola aggressive at the plate. 2 foul balls, and it's 0-2. So Wickham looking to get out of the inning with no further damage. The 0-2 to Ziola. Swung on up the middle, fielded, and the put out at second base will end the inning, but not before Henry Bartholomew leads things off with a triple and comes across on the RBI from Tony Caniglio. Junior Jays plate one in the bottom half of the first, and they take a 1-0 lead heading to the second. Welcome you back here to Jurgensen Park. Junior Jays with the leadoff triple from Henry Bartholomew and the RBI from Tony Caniglio has them up 1-0 after the opening frame. Brady Eck with a solid first inning. Able to go 1-2-3 with the help from some of his infield.
Falling behind 2-0. Start off the top of the second, not the best start for him.
Make that 3-0 to Joe Doherty, the first baseman for the Eagles. So that one catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. That one in the dirt, and the Eagles with their first base runner of the evening.
Putting on the leadoff batter is never good for a starting pitcher, but especially when it comes on a walk, it's especially not ideal. Eck is going to need to locate his pitches more effectively as this game goes along.
That brings the pitcher, Harrison Wickham, to the plate. Shows bunt and pulls back. Outside of that leadoff triple, it was a very solid first inning on the bump for Hoycomb.
You got a pair of strikeouts. That run came in on a ground out. Bartholomew just beat him on that first pitch of the inning, and as a result, Prep sits in front 1-0.
This time the bunt is laid down, fielded by Eck onto first for the first out, but it does move Doherty up to second, so the sacrifice bunt does its job, and there's one away.
Yeah, that's an effective sacrifice for Hoycomb. Brings up the bottom of Central's order, maybe trying to put something together. Thomas hitting just 125 this year.
That one slapped, fielded by Birchfield onto first for the out, but it will move Doherty up to third now with two away.
Now with two outs, any hits for sure going to bring the runner from third in. Don't have to worry about hitting the ball in the gap or anything.
Good breaking ball there to open up this at-bat against Sam Palfini. Good breaking ball away, but Palfini just able to hold up.
Some good plate patience we've seen from Central this inning. Doherty laying off the pitches to get the leadoff walk, and then Palfini taking a few there to get into a favorable count with two outs.
2-1, fouled away. Count out at 2-2.
Now 2-2, just one good pitch gets you out of this inning.
That one misses down and away, and the count now full.
Catcher Ethan Ferguson would be up at the plate in the event of Palfini getting on.
Payoff pitch on its way for Mack. Swung on, and a shallow pop-up into right field. Bartholomew able to get a glove on it, and that will end the top half of the second. No damage done. Junior Jays retain their lead. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom half of the second. About to get underway here from Jurgensen. Strong first 2 innings of defense from the Junior Jays as they have a 1-0 lead. Here on a beautiful evening here in March. It'll be Michael Saul to lead things off here in the home half of the second. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
Michael Saul was the opening day starter on the mound for Creighton Prep. We see him in the starting lineup for the first time this year.
This one shot down the left field line foul, and it'll be 0-2. Oh, 2 to Saul, just over the glove of Hoycomb. On to first, not in time. Michael Saul able to hustle it out for an infield single, and the leadoff man is aboard for the second straight inning.
Just good job by Saul getting his bat on the ball with 2 strikes in the count and hustling down the line, ends up just beating the throw. Just some good hitting there from Michael Saul.
Now it'll be Paul Ryberg, the designated hitter this evening. First pitch swinging, skied high into left. This one is going to be off the wall. Rounding third, heading home is Saul. Cutoff man, the throw to the plate, not in time, and Saul will come in to score on the Paul Ryberg double to make it a 2-0 ball game.
Ryberg just being aggressive on that first pitch offering. He hits it hard to the opposite field, and at that point it's just a foot race between Saul and these central fielders, and he ends up beating him home. Some good hitting and some good base running there from the Junior Jays, and it gets them their second run of the ball game.
So that'll bring John Lysek to the plate now. The San Diego commit will be pitching for the Toreros in just a couple of years. His first pitch he sees is fouled off on a bunt attempt.
Umpires talking with Hoycomb about something.
Might have gone off the mask of either the home plate umpire or the catcher. Just might be giving him some time. It seems like the, it looks like the home plate umpire might have gotten dinged by that bunt foul. So glad to see that he's all right. With that said, 0-1 to Lysek on its way. Hoycomb will check back the runner at second.
Lysek 1 for 2 at the plate so far this season.
This one going to be bunted foul once again, and it's 0-2 quickly.
2 strikes, can't put down the bunt anymore. Maybe Lysek just looking to put one on the ground and play, move Ryberg up 90 feet.
Oh, 2 to Lysek. That one's high. Check swing from Lysek, but he didn't go. Going to appeal to the field umpire, and it will be upheld. So it'll be 1-2 now. That one's going to get by the catcher. Ryberg on his way down to third. There's going to be no throw, so runner will move up to third on the pass ball.
That was a breaking ball that just kind of got away from the catcher, and Ferguson heads up running by Ryberg to end up moving up 90 feet and getting to third with nobody out.
Swung on and missed. A high fastball from Hoycomb gets Lysek to chase, as that will be the first out of the inning.
And some of the elite strikeout stuff that we've seen from Hoycomb these last 2 seasons. He was absolutely dominant last year at a sub-2 ERA. After a rough first start this year, seen some of his stuff come into play early on.
Cal Anthony now. That one, good eye there from Anthony, and it's 2-0. Breaking ball there from Hoycomb. Finds the zone for strike one.
Cal Anthony hitting .250 so far in the early season. He's gotten some plate appearances early on, got a start in the Staley doubleheader.
This one popped into center underneath it and making the catch. Now 2 away.
And the Junior Jays just deciding not to send Ryberg at third because it was too shallow a fly ball. It gets back to the top of the order, but they had a chance to score the runner from third with nobody out, and now with 2 outs in the inning, you have to get a hit to bring him in.
It'll, as you said, bring back the top of the order. And Henry Bartholomew, who tripled on his first pitch he saw and came in to score on the RBI from Caniglio. It's been a trend we've seen with him throughout these 2 years he's been on varsity. It's a lot of first pitch swings from him. Able to lay off those first 2, though, and he's up in the count 2-0.
Those first pitch swings have worked out for him. He hit .368 last year on varsity after being called up from the JV team early on in the year. Was one of the best hitters on that team that made the state playoffs last season and looks to be one of the best this year.
Shows bunt but pulls back, but it's strike nonetheless. As Hoycomb trying to get out of the inning with no more than a run of damage. The 2-0, that's going to be slapped into the 3-4 gap there on the right side. It'll bring in Paul Ryberg, and the Jays extend their lead. It's 3-0.
Something interesting to note is we've seen Bartholomew go the other way for both of his hits early on, attacking the opposite field, and it's gotten him a triple and an RBI single early on. It's been effective for him towards the start of this year and ends up getting the Junior Jays a 3-0 lead.
Check swing from Birchfield is in play. First baseman makes the play, as that will end the second inning, but the Junior Jays play 2 more. It's 3-0 here at Jurgensen. Welcome you back here on CPSN. Junior Jays with a 3-0 lead after the 2 innings that have been played so far. Brady Eck will head back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Scoreless in his first 2. Looking to continue his solid work so far, and he starts things off with a good breaking ball there for strike 1. Ethan Ferguson, the first baseman, or excuse me, the catcher this evening for the Eagles. Good breaking ball there, kind of got Ferguson's knees buckling, and it's 1-2.
That's just a filthy pitch, catches the inside corner on the break. I think he tried to go back to the fastball and catch him off guard, but good take to make it 2-2.
Payoff pitch now upstairs, and Ferguson gets on with a leadoff walk.
That's the second straight inning where Brady Eck has walked the leadoff batter. Can't afford to make that a habit at all, and Central getting another good opportunity to get at least a run here. Pickoff opportunity there. Eli Weber stepping up to the plate for Central. Hasn't recorded an appearance this year. Maybe be looking to just bunt the runner over 90 feet. Misses on the bunt. Caniglio tries to throw down to first. It ends up getting away. Throw back down to second to try and get the courtesy runner, and they don't end up getting him, so Central moves up an extra base on the error from the catcher.
Yeah, just a bit of sloppy defense there from the Junior Jays, and Ferguson moves up into scoring position at second.
I think Weber not really looking for a hit here. He's just trying to move this runner up to third base. He misses on that bunt. That'll be a 1-2 count with nobody out in the inning.
Now here's the 1-2 from Eck. Inside.
Try to go back with a heater up and in, but Weber with a good take. See if he tries to go the other direction with a breaking ball.
He did, but Weber doesn't bite, and the count now full. Once again, another payoff coming from Eck. Up and in, and he walks the first 2 batters he faces, and the Eagles with 2 on with no outs to start the top of the third.
Back-to-back walks to start off the inning. Not a good sign for Brady Eck. This is his first start on varsity after he spent 12 games in the bullpen last year. So maybe just getting used to the starting workload and going 2+ innings. Maybe not something he's used to very much. Mound visit could help him settle in locate these pitches, and he's going to need to do that with the top of the Central order coming back up.
Michael Wheelock heading out to the Junior Jays bullpen here in the top half of the third. Eck, after the mound visit, looks to try and get back on track, settle in, as you said, Colton. He faces the top of this order with the tying run at the plate now. Good first pitch there. Catches the outside part of the plate.
Brady Eck just needs to focus on getting strikes. His stuff is good enough to where he can get a lot of ground outs and swings and misses, but he just needs to locate it well.
That one grounded to Birchfield onto Bartholomew. No throw on to first, but they'll get the force at second. So one away now in the top of the third with runners on the corners.
Yeah, and the Junior Jays just happy to get that one out at second base. Getting anything is a good start for them, and now the double play could potentially be in order with Nemec up at the dish.
First pitch down and away to Nemec. Central looking to cut into this lead. Still a lot of baseball left to be played here in the top of the third.
Something to note, Blake Denman, the man at first, is a stolen base threat. He's already gotten one this year. Look for him to potentially take off.
Nemec works himself into a 2-0 count early. Is down and away in the dirt, blocked by Caniglio. And Demon moves up to second, so the double play out of order, and a 3-0 count to Nemec.
On 3-0 with Nemec being the best hitter on this Central team. Maybe a walk wouldn't be as harmful in this situation.
So that one kicks away from Caniglio. Here comes the runner from third. He's going to get caught up in a pickle. As now the throw to the plate, he is tagged out. That's the pinch runner, courtesy runner, Andrew Lasser, trying to score on the passed ball, but to no avail, and there's two away, but runners remain at the corners.
You have to think if he got a little bit of a faster start, he could have beaten that to the plate. But Caniglio and Eck with just some heads-up baseball to catch up to him before he could get to the plate, and at that point it's just a rundown and easy out for Creighton Prep.
Good breaking ball to open things up to Henry Maddox. That went outside for ball one.
There's been some odd base running occurrences with Central early on in this game. Obviously that wild pitch that just took place, but Henry Maddox, the guy up at the plate, reached on an error by Logan Birchfield and then got thrown out trying to extend it to second.
That one fouled back by Maddox, and Eck is a pitch away from getting out of the inning.
On 1-2, he just needs to focus on getting this out. Can't afford to have this inning extend even a batter longer.
1-2 coming from Eck. Breaking ball, catches the zone, strike 3 called. Bit of a shaky third inning, but Eck able to work his way out of it and keeps any runners from coming across. The Junior Jays retain a 3-0 lead through 2.5 here from Jurgensen on CPSN. Welcome you back. Started the bottom of the third here from Jurgensen. We welcome you back. We apologize for some technical difficulties, some issues with our camera, so we're going to take you the rest of the way radio only. Junior Jays have plated 2 here in the bottom half of the second. Now with 2 away as the designated hitter John Lysek steps to the plate.
Still a runner in scoring position in Michael Saul at second base.
Runner on second. 0-1 pitch. That one gets away from the catcher, and Michael Saul will move up to third base.
It's the third wild pitch that Hoycomb has thrown this inning. That was a fastball that got up a little bit too high for the catcher in Ferguson, and just some struggles with control early on this year for Hoycomb. He walked 6 in 3 2/3 in his first start. Struggling a little bit again here.
The 1-1 pitch now to Lysek. Breaking ball catches the top part of the plate for strike 2. Hoycomb, the central starter, is at 25 pitches for the inning and nearing the 60 pitch mark for the evening. 1-2 pitch now to Lysek. Just misses the outside part of the plate, and the count will go into 2-2.
He tried to get a breaking ball on the outside, just a good take from Lysek, and stays alive in this count.
Two pitch now to Lysek. That one grounded to the shortstop, on to first. The throw, a stretch play made by the first baseman. It's in time, and the side is retired, but not before the Junior Jays bring across 2 more. It is 5-0. It's been domination from the Junior Jays so far. Heading to the 4th, 5-0. We welcome you back here to Jurgensen Park. Junior Jays with a 5-0 lead to open up this 4th inning. Very strong first 3 innings from the Junior Jays as Brady Eck heads out for his 4th inning of work. Second pitch there from Eck is in there for strike 1. Another great pitch there from Eck, and he's up in the count 1-2.
Brady Eck has issued a leadoff walk in each of his last 2 innings. Getting the first batter out here would be a huge boost for him.
Breaking ball gets the runner, gets the hitter dodging out of the way, but it broke into the strike zone for strike 3, and a great breaking ball there. Just had Doherty flailing out of his shoes. Great way to pick up your first out.
Just throws a breaking ball and it just catches the inside part of the zone. Great pitch from Eck, and he gets a very important first out.
Bit of a stoppage in the play, but now everybody getting set back up for the 0-1. That one breaking ball away for ball 1. Now the 1-1 from Eck. That one away as well, 2-1.
Hoycom's first real chance at the plate today as he bunted his first time up.
As that one fouled away for strike 2, count even, 2-2.
2-2, Eck could go with a slider on the outside, try to get a swing and a miss.
Breaking ball again, finds the plate, but this one skied into shallow right, and Lysek on to make the catch, and there's 2 away.
Great start to this inning for Eck. He gets the first 2 guys out, and now Dom Thomas steps up to the plate.
Good pitch there to open up this at-bat for Eck. 0-1 now. Eck steps off and gets his signal from his catcher, Tony Caniglia, once again. The 0-1 pitch from Eck. Another great breaking ball that just curves right into the zone. And Brady Eck 1 strike away from sitting the Eagles down in order. The 0-2 pitch. Another breaking ball. And once again, a great pitch. Sits down Dominic Thomas on 3 pitches on the backwards K. 1-2-3 inning for Brady Eck, and the Junior Jays will head to the bottom of the 4th, still leading 5-0. We welcome you back after some technical difficulties. Able to bring you back here in the bottom of the fourth as leadoff man in Cal Anthony able to draw a hit by pitch when he was down 0-2 in the count, so he will reach on the leadoff hit by pitch.
There's a new pitcher for the Central Eagles as well, Bo DiLorenzo, entering the game for Central. He's made one appearance this year, gave up 2 earned runs in 2 2/3 innings, had a pair of strikeouts to a walk. Enters the game just trying to give Central some innings after Hoycomb gives up 5 over 3.
So we're now back to the top of the order for the Junior Jays. Henry Bartholomew, who's had a very solid evening so far, steps back to the plate. 2 for 2 on the evening with a triple and a run scored back in the first. Pitch from DiLorenzo outside for ball 2.
Bartholomew started off his at-bat in the bottom of the second by getting ahead 2-0. Ended up getting an opposite field RBI single to make it a 3-0 game.
As that one gets away from the catcher, throw down to second is safe. Good speed there from Anthony, able to just evade the tag. Blake Demon, the shortstop, tried to apply the tag, but to no avail, and Anthony moves up to second.
Hard to tell if that was more of a wild pitch or a delayed steal, but either way, Anthony ends up sneaking into second base, getting the Junior Jays a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
3-0 to Bartholomew is laid off in there for strike 1. So what the Junior Jays have been able to do so well here today is just find ways to move runners up and get runs across. 3-1 to Bartholomew, showing bunt, pulls back at the last moment, and he will get aboard with a no-out walk, and there are 2 on with no outs here for the Junior Jays.
Henry Bartholomew has just had an amazing game at the plate. Pair of opposite field hits, one leading to a run he scored himself, and another he drove in another runner. He ends up getting on to put 2 on with nobody out and the 2, 3, 4 guys up.
This one bunted by Birchfield, able to put it down. There's no one covering first, and everyone's going to be safe. The bunt laid down by Birchfield. A little bit of miscommunication in the infield, and now the bases are juiced with no one out for Tony Caniglio.
Something with Logan Birchfield, it's worth noting, he can absolutely run with the best of them. Had a 6.7 60-yard dash earlier this year and shows off that speed by getting on with an infield single.
Oh, to Caniglio. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. So DiLorenzo up 0-2 in the count after loading the bases with no one out.
That's a great little slow curve there. Ended up hitting the bottom of the zone. It's going to catch the hitter off guard quite a bit of the time.
0-2 to Caniglio. That one kicks away through the legs of Ferguson, and in to score is Anthony. And the other 2 runners will move up 90 feet. Make it 6-0 Junior Jays.
Harrison Hoycomb threw 5 wild pitches in his 3 innings, and DiLorenzo throws another one there. As a result, another run coming across, and now for Prep, 6-0 advantage here. Still with 2 in scoring position.
That one grounded right back up the middle. Bartholomew will come in easily to score. Birchfield will be right behind him to score from second. And a 2-run single from Tony Caniglio makes it an 8-0 ball game.
Just some great hitting by Caniglio. He just knocks it back over the middle. Now 8-0 advantage here, still with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Prep really having that big offensive game that they've needed. Averaged less than 4 runs per game over their first 3 this season. Already with 8 before they get to the end of 4.
Tony Caniglio with 3 RBI on the night. This one skied high on the right side. Going to be trailing and it'll land foul. So now 0-2 to Liam Smithberg.
Smithberg, even for his ability on the diamond, baseball probably not his best sport, was the leading scorer for Prep state champion hockey team early on this year, and is looking to carry over his success to the baseball diamond as well.
High fastball from DiLorenzo gets Smithberg to chase. And that's the first out of the inning.
Number 19, Charlie Ziola.
Got Ziola out his first 2 times up. He's a really good hitter. There's a reason why he's ranked so high in both the state and national rankings for the class of 26.
First pitch to him, catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Swung on and missed, and DiLorenzo has been able to find a groove after those 3 early runs he gave up.
Yeah, he needs to settle in at this point with prepping an 8-0 advantage. You can't really afford to let them get any more runs.
Caniglio takes off with the pitch, and he will be safe. No throw down to second. So Caniglio with his second stolen base of the evening moves him up into scoring position. One, 2 to Ziola. That one in the dirt, but blocked. The catcher Dominic Thomas, excuse me.
Any hit probably brings Caniglio in here, especially if you get that right center field gap. There's a pretty big hole there between the central fielders.
Now the payoff pitch to Ziola. In the dirt. So another walk. And still only 1 out.
It looks like Central will have a mound visit.
Doesn't look like there's any activity over in their bullpen, but nonetheless, mound visit here for the skipper with his pitcher out on the mound. Junior J is just dominant all evening long on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Brady Eck with those 4 scoreless innings. And now their offense, they've scored at least 1 run in each inning, and it feels like they've gotten progressively better with each passing inning. Scored just 1 in the first, 2 in both the second and third, and now inning number 4, they've gotten 3 runs already and have 2 on with just 1 out. We've got a pinch hitter in Reverts up at the plate, taking the spot of Michael Saul.
So Bo Reverts in there to pinch hit here in the bottom half of the 4th. He takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate.
This is Bo Reverts' varsity debut. One of the few players who hasn't gotten an opportunity yet. Maybe looking to make his mark.
So that one in there for strike 2. Oh, 2 to Reverts. Swung on and fouled back.
Of course, it's easier said than done, but if Reverts hits it the other way over the first baseman, there's a pretty big gap around that right field line. Could probably leg out a double or a triple on that one.
0-2 once again. Breaking ball, good eye there from Reverts, able to lay off, and it's 1-2. Pitch from DiLorenzo. This one is lined down the right field line, but it'll slice foul.
Now on 1-2, a ball that gets into the outfield has a good chance of scoring Caniglio from second.
That one's going to kick away from Thomas to the backstop, and both runners will move up into scoring position.
Well, now any hit is going to score Caniglio from third. Two runners in the scoring position. Pressure definitely rising for DiLorenzo.
2-2. Down and in, and Reverts able to have worked the count full. The payoff pitch. That one kicks away. It'll be a walk to Reverts. And jogging in to score is Caniglio. Make it 9-0 Creighton Prep here in the bottom of the 4th.
And there's been a lot of control issues for this central pitching staff. That is now the 8th wild pitch of the game. We're not even out of the 4th inning yet. It's been a rough day for them, as feels like everything's just been kind of off offensively and on the mound.
That'll bring up Paul Ryberg to the plate, who is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Also scored as well. That breaking ball outside for ball 1. If you're Central at this point, what are you looking to do with the limited amount of time you have left in this ball game?
I mean, you just try to look for anything you possibly can, maybe something to look forward to either on the pitching side, at least string together a few hits offensively, put together something that you can build upon for the remainder of this year. 0-4 start is far from ideal, but I mean, it's a long season. It's nothing that they can't overcome. It's just going to have to start with finding some little things that you can build upon, even in a game where it's just a tough loss.
(3-1) to Ryberg. That one, he turned to swing, but it's going to hit him in the arm, and he will head down to first. And the bases are once again loaded here for the Junior Jays in the bottom half of the fourth.
We've seen all 9 spots of the order come up to the plate this inning as Lysick steps up. Looks like before that there is going to be a pitching change with the bases loaded. We will head off the air, and when we come back, we will introduce the new pitcher for the Eagles. We'll be back here in the bottom of the fourth.
Welcome you back here. Dominant performance from the Junior Jays here this evening. They hold a 9-0 lead here. Still with the bases loaded in the bottom half of the fourth with only one away.
It's Max Nemec, the new pitcher for the Eagles. He's 0 for 1 with a walk at the plate today, but this is his first pitching appearance of the year.
So he will face John Lysick to start things off, and his first pitch is in there for strike one.
At this point, Lysick just trying to do anything to bring the runner in from third. Ball in the gap could bring in a few.
This one smacked to shortstop, and the shortstop stumbled a bit there, so everyone will move up 90 feet, and that will plate the 10th run of the evening for the Junior Jays.
Already 10 runs. It evidently has not been Central's night.
Now batting center fielder number
Junior
11,
Jays just
Cal Hammond.
fully in control of this game and looking to maybe build onto this lead even more and secure their advantage as much as they can.
This is Cal Anthony now to the plate. Bases remain loaded here with the Junior Jays putting up a 5 spot here in the bottom of the 4th.
Something worth noting, the run rule in Class A is 10 runs after 5 innings. If the Junior Jays were to keep a 10-run lead after Central's half of the 5th, they would secure a victory without having to play the final few.
And that's always huge for saving your arms in the bullpen, not having to use up any extra unneeded arms.
Be interesting to see if they bring Brady Eck back out there for the 5th. After he pitched 4 scoreless innings, they had Mike Wheelock warming up in the bullpen earlier, but it'll have to be a tough decision on whether or not to bring Eck back out there for one more frame.
This one going to be skied into center. Under it making the catch. Is Maddox, but in to score.
Anthony will bring up number 15, Braden Cato.
And it's 11-0 Junior Jays.
That insurance run, obviously huge for Creighton Prep. It's Braden Cato, pinch hitter, up at the plate. He was their starter in the back half of their doubleheader versus Staley. He got the first win of the year for a Junior J pitcher.
Also a highly touted third base prospect in the class of 26, as you mentioned. He takes strike 1.
Cato was their opening day starter at third, one of the 10 sophomores that they have on their varsity roster this season.
Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Nemec just a pitch away from getting the Eagles out of this inning, which has just been a nightmare for them so far.
Had to give up 6 runs in the inning and fall at risk of a run rule. Not ideal for him, but need to get out of it.
That one just misses inside.
I mean, Nemec is one good pitch away from getting Central this top half of the 5th.
That one misses inside again. The count full. Payoff pitch from Nemec. Up and in, and the bases are again loaded.
Washington Cato will bring up pinch hitter number 3, Garrett.
And at this point, for Creighton Prep, you just look to build onto this total as much as you can, maybe get these underclassmen some more opportunities. We've already seen Cato pinch hit this inning, and now Garrett Anderson up at the plate as well. Was their opening day starter at second base versus Millard West. Getting another start here.
Two one to Anderson. Foul back to the screen. Anderson, another one of those sophomores that we've mentioned. It's very underclassmen heavy roster this season. That ball in the dirt. Good block there from Thomas, but count full at 3-2.
Now at 3-2, everyone going a ball in the gap, more likely to score all 3 runners on.
Payoff pitch in the dirt. Ball 4 and make it 12-0 now.
Now batting with the Junior Jays, pinch hitter number 1, Mike Wheelock.
It definitely has not been the day that this Central team was expecting, to give up 7 runs here in the bottom of the 4th and put yourself at risk of immediately falling behind. 0-4 in the standings. Creighton Prep still with a chance to build onto this lead. Wheelock up at the dish.
Pinch hitter, senior Michael Wheelock. Is this one going to be grounded over to third? Able to make the play is Doherty, and that will end the inning, but not before the Junior Jays plate 7. Make it 12-0 for the home team. Just 3 outs away from a victory here on CPSN. Welcome you back here to Jorgensen Park. Junior Jays just 3 outs away from picking up the victory via the run rule. Rule in Class A, 10 runs after 5 innings. Junior Jays with 12 up to this point. Brady Eck back out there for his 5th inning of work. Comes into this inning with 67 pitches on the evening.
Coming off a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 4th. Kind of got settled in after a pair of rough frames.
Maybe coming out a bit cold after that long rest he had, with Junior Jays putting across 7 runs in the bottom half of the 4th. As Palfini will reach on the hit by pitch to open things up.
Now batting with Eagles,
Ethan Ferguson comes to the plate.
Drew a walk versus Eck his first time. Central just looking to keep this game alive. Need 3 runs to do so.
Couple solid pitches, and Eck is up in the count 0-2. Eck has done a very solid job all evening long in making sure These runners are staying honest with their leads, not letting any of these guys get too comfortable. Delivery. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. As Ferguson has sat down on 3 pitches with a backwards K.
Struck out by Eck. We'll bring up
Make
number
it 5
16,
strikeouts on the
Kane.
evening for him. For Brady Eck, the senior. 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
Interestingly enough, all 5 of those strikeouts have been strikeouts looking. He hasn't got a swinging strikeout yet. Just all backwards Ks for X so far.
Good pitch there, off speed from Eck. Gets a swing and a miss from Marcus Kane, the pinch hitter for the Eagles. This one slapped down the right field line, but it'll go foul.
Now 0-2 count. Eck has basically everything in his repertoire to use here. Wouldn't be surprising to see him go with a breaking ball inside, try to get a swing and a miss from Kane.
The 0-2. Swung on and chopped back foul. So Kane will stay alive. So we'll do the 0-2 once again. Eck fires and it's upstairs.
Last time something may have happened. Was already against the Eagles. Really?
1-2. Misses the plate up and in. Evens the count.
2-2, wouldn't be too shocked if Palfini takes off running here. Maybe go with a hit and run opportunity. 1 out, excuse me.
That one outside, and Kane able to fight back in the count. Now full at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Fouled back.
For Brady Eck, I think you just need to focus on throwing the ball in the strike zone. If you give up something in this situation, that's not the biggest thing in the world, but getting through these 5 innings is going to be essential for this Junior Jays team to preserve their bullpen and use as little energy as they possibly can.
That one rides inside, and Kane with an 8-pitch walk. As the Eagles with 2 on now with only 1 out, and Coach Mooney will come out to talk things over with his starter. As that looks like it'll be the end of the night for him. It looks like it'll be Mike Wheelock coming in to replace him. We'll step aside here with 1 away in the top of the 5th. We'll bring you back to the new pitcher after a very solid showing from the senior Brady Eck. welcome you back. Top half of the fifth. Junior Jays just 2 outs away from getting this one closed out. If they're able to keep fewer than 3 runs from coming across. New pitcher now in for the Junior Jays.
It's Mike Wheelock now in the game. He gets a swing and miss there for strike 2 on the year. Wheelock has made 2 appearances. He's given up 3 runs in 2 innings. He was on the mound when Millard West walked off versus Prep on opening day, but maybe looking to get his season a little bit more on track here in relief.
This one skied into right, high, and that's going to get down on the warning track. Maybe lost it in the lighting, heading home to the plate. That one gets away, and a run comes across to score. The Eagles find a way to get on the board. It's 12-1.
That is the first hit of the game for Central.
We'll bring up number 14.
See Denman just getting his bat on the ball, hits it deep into right field, and it's a tough play for the right fielder and John Lysick out there, and just ends up dropping for a hit. Now for Central, the run that would keep this game alive is just 180 feet from home plate.
And runners on first and second now, or excuse me, second and third. And as Colt mentioned, that runner on second would keep this game alive for at least another half inning. That heater from Wheelock gets away from him outside for ball 1.
Nemec, probably the best hitter on this Central team. If there's anyone that's going to bring in both of these runners, it's probably going to be him.
Is this one going to be chopped to Birchfield? Excuse me, that's Garrett Anderson out there at short. Able to make the throw on to first, but in to score is Marcus Kane, make it 12-2.
And even 1 out gets you out of this game at this point. Just as long as you don't let that runner from third score, this one's over.
Wheelock going to take a step off. Looking to close this one out. The 1-0. Swung on, check swing, he went around for strike 1. Wheelock's pitch is skied out of play. Henry Maddox at the plate trying to keep this one alive. The 1-2 on the way from Wheelock. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, as that will end things off. Central brings across 2 in the top half of the 5th, but it's not enough. And the Junior Jays win via the run rule in 5 innings as they get a 12-2 win here at Jurgensen this evening. Colton, any final thoughts?
Just an exceptional game from Brady Eck on the mound. 4 1/3 innings. Gives up a pair of earned runs in the final frame, but got the Junior Jays some big innings, and he ends up leading them to the win. Their offense also having an exceptional game, getting those 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th to force the run rule this team may be starting to heat up offensively. That's going to be important for them as they go down the stretch of this season and try to end up getting back to the state playoffs yet again.
Yeah, Junior Jays moved to 500 on the year, 2-2 through their first 4. As for Central, they fall to 0-4. But that'll do it for us here tonight. 2 broadcasts from us. First off, the win from soccer, 1-0 over Millard North, and now 12-2 here tonight. Central varsity baseball getting the win over Central. As we will say goodnight, and we thank you all so much for tuning in all evening long. For Mike Knockenauer, Colton Alder, and King Maddox, our camera operator, we say goodnight. And thank you all so much for watching.